wait!
No, Kate. Paul almost killed Rex. And because of him, those guys got away with the Declaration of Independence.
What?
I don't care if he's your brother. He's going to prison now.
The levels of hypocrisy I found really fascinating. I love that we are getting to look at our own inner workings of why do we do this. I think that for some people, they will want me to kind of go and attack for being such a huge hypocrite. The amount of people that he has almost killed, plus the amount of people that he has actually killed, makes his statement of that he should go to prison just strike such alarm bells into me of there is a level of hypocrisy that knows no bounds. It's not just that. I did feel that feeling of outrage, like how could you even say that? But I think that the truth is it is better to understand why we, and I am saying we, all of us, are hypocrites to our own levels, because who truly can live up to a pure moral code? He who hath not sinned, throw the first stone.
If I'm going down, so is everyone!
Who is really worthy of redemption? Is there something that you can do, things that could happen that would make you no longer worthy of that, even if you change your belief system? There's a certain personality type that is more inclined, we are all inclined, but are more inclined to be more hypocritical. Those of us with weaker self-esteems that have narcissistic traits, we need to only see ourselves in the good because we are so worried that if we see the truth that we won't or others won't accept it. And so it ends up being this really simplistic view of the world, which makes things easier. When we are really stressed, we actually lean more towards this because thinking in black or white, right or wrong, is easier for us. It takes less cognitive load. So when we're dealing with fear, people can actually use fear to make us more simplistic in our views so that we can demonize a group of people or a set of behaviors to make them bad guys. There are very few cases where anything is fully white and fully black. It is shades of gray that we all are. And I think that characters that carry that are much more interesting. So I love this episode of going through his own hypocrisy and who are the people or himself worthy of redemption, and is he the one gatekeeping it?
Darkwing?
Darkwing too, technically. But yes. Why the hell is he here? He's a murderer. And those things, the guy who made those things killed people. They almost killed my best friend.
Why in the world does he show such strong aversion? For it's his way of pushing away his own past and his relationship with his father. Often when we've gone through something personal, when something has affected us and for so very strongly, he becomes polarized to be the opposite of his father so that he can seem like the thing that is the furthest from what his father did. So he puts himself on a pedestal so he can push away all of the fallout for what his father did. And that can happen to us. Often we can become radical in our ideas, especially when something touched us and it harmed us greatly. And so because of that, we often are not looking at things really clearly. And I think that for that is exactly what's happening. I don't think that he would be as strong-minded towards what is right and wrong, and if anyone has hurt someone, especially in cases of someone almost hurt someone, which for that's almost everyone in every case all the time when he fights.
You should be in prison.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Cecil said he put Sinclair away, and Darkwing too, and now they're both working for him?
We don't know everything yet.
I don't need to know everything to know this is wrong.
And I think that another piece for me, it's about trusting people. He trusted his father, and his father betrayed him and the whole world and left him with the shadow of all of the horrible things he's done. And so because of that, when we have this happen, it shakes all of his foundation to what he believes as right. And so it makes you reevaluate everything that's happening around you.
They saved us. They saved everyone here. We can get to the bottom of this together.
Oh, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this right now.
And that is another piece. When you are going to make rash decisions, you cannot think about something else. That shows that you are looking at things from a very narrow view. There is no reason that he has to rush right now to action. But whenever someone does, when they feel this anxiety and they have to act on it immediately, the first thing that you should do is wait until you are thinking in a more calm, relaxed way. What happens during this narrow-mindedness is that the part of our brain that thinks, that processes thoughts, is actually partially shut down, which happens after a big battle, especially when you almost died and things ended up in a very dire situation. But then also he is faced with this betrayal from what he sees as what Cecil has done to him.
Are you working with D.A. Sinclair?
Calm down.
He should be in prison.
He can't fix his mistakes in prison. Neither can Darkwing. D.A. Sinclair's a genius. Darkwing cracked from fighting endless crime in Midnight City. You don't waste people like that. You reform them. Repair them. Let them make restitution for their mistakes.
Now that, I think, is a very controversial opinion. Is there something that you can do? Is there a crime that you can commit that you cannot come back from? I think that I have a very specific opinion on that because of my role as a therapist, that I believe that if someone can redeem themselves, that they should be granted that opportunity. But does that mean that there is no restitution that should be paid? And does that mean that that is for any situation at all? There are probably limits even for me in that belief system. We are all capable of doing horrible things. And I think that understanding things is a much stronger position than just sitting in judgment. Sitting in judgment is way too simplistic, way too easy. So then I ask the question of, how many people would you have to save? And if you could do good with what you have, should you be granted that opportunity? And is it even fair? We're all going through this world trying to do the best that we can with the situation that we have at hand. I think that when we realize that we are all capable of many things, good and bad, there is less of a chance that we will judge others without thinking of spending a little bit of time in their position. And that also lessens the chances that we will become as deep of a hypocrite ourselves. Because hypocrisy is our way to separate, to be able to us and them to others. And when we look at others as them, it is so much easier for us to be controlled and do horrible things. Us and them psychology, to put others as an outgroup, allows us to commit atrocities, to take away people's rights, because we could say, justify that they don't deserve it.
Mistakes? They murdered people! Rick still isn't right after what Sinclair did to him.
We are often very sincere that, you know what, maybe when other people do it, it's wrong, but for me, I'm doing it for a just reason. For me, it's different.
Darkwing will never kill again. They both went through severe psychological reprogramming. They save lives now, Mark, and are repaying the very substantial debt they owe us all.
That is bullshit, and you know it.
Is it? You killed Angstrom Levy. Should I lock you up too? Throw away the key?
You know that was different.
A man's still dead because of you.
And you can hear that Mark knows there's a truth to that because of the anxiety. It forces him to crack that cognitive dissonance, that belief system that what I do is justified and what other people do is not.
Why do I have to fight lamos like the elephant?
Dad made me fight the elephant a bunch of times too.
That was before Dad did all of that stuff. Will people here ever forgive him? He saved a lot of people before that, right? Doesn't that count?
Yeah. Dad probably saved more lives than he took, but those lives don't just cancel out the others.
But do you hear the softer view that Mark has when it comes to his father? Situations can often be more complex. It is easier for us to think in black and white, but it often is an injustice to the situations at hand. People, like situations, are many shades of gray, and we do things for a variety of reasons.
Can you blame them? They don't know about Thraxa, or the Viltrum Empire, or anything that happened since Dad left. All they know is he tried to take over and killed a lot of people.
Why don't you tell them then? You can make them understand.
And that's where Mark has to face. Those are the things that start to break up that cognitive dissonance, when we start to come to terms that maybe we actually have a different opinion when it affects us. Now, there are a lot of things for all of us to do to be able to face our own hypocrisy that we all carry. One simple thing to do would be to flip the script. If you inverse the people involved, would you still feel the same way? If you are very aligned with a certain group, you may give them allocation of what they do is okay, but when you flip that script, it's no longer okay if the other group does it. And that's one of the first signs that you may be looking at cognitive dissonance or your own hypocrisy. Also, looking that we can all do horrible things, that we should be looking at the truth of certain situations we might act exactly the same way, and what could we be pushed to if the circumstances arise. And the statement that I love the most is to ask yourself and state, I could be wrong, that this is an opinion that I hold, a thought system, but take it out from you, that your thoughts are not who you are, it is not your identity. A belief system can be wrong, and that doesn't mean that you are wrong. You want to evolve. You don't want to hold on to a belief so strongly that even once all of the facts might come to light, that you can't let go of them. Emotional and mental flexibility is one of the best skills we can do to be able to grow. And flip-flopping an idea when you realize that it is wrong is not a bad thing. It is a good thing for us, for our teachers, for those around us, and for our leaders. So if you remember and think to yourself, maybe I'm wrong, or try to even argue and empathize with the other side, I think that that can help us become more together instead of push us further apart. If you're looking to expand your mind to make you, then look no further than our sponsor, Brilliant.org. Learn, enhance, grow with Brilliant's ever-expanding set of new courses. Brilliant makes college-level courses to help you stay invincible. Each course is designed for high-velocity learning to help you stay focused and reach your goals superhero quick. And Brilliant.org makes learning like a game with fun features that let you challenge yourself, compete with others, so it never gets boring. And we know that when learning is fun and engaging, it makes the knowledge stick better, so you remember things more easily and more quickly. And Brilliant has thousands of lessons: math, chemistry, physics, engineering, computer science, and so many more. And if you're worried about their catalog, they have more lessons added monthly. And when I try a new skill, I just decide to practice 15 minutes a day. That is all you need to do in order to learn something. And no one can tell me that they don't have 15 minutes a day to help you expand your mind. I really enjoyed their course on logic, which has challenging problem-solving exercises where I got to construct those critical thinking skills that are the basis for mathematical reasoning. And it was really enjoyable and interactive, which is my favorite part, is that you have these hands-on diagrams and little animations that helps me see things so that I can learn them better and more quickly. And also, it's no pressure. You can just chop down any course into small digestible parts. And if you're still not sure, why don't you try everything Brilliant.org has to offer for free for a full 30 days. Yes, use my link, brilliant.org/GeorgiaDow, and using that link and trying it out for free does still help out my channel, so thank you. And if you enjoy it, which I know that you will, you can get 20% off of an annual premium subscription. So just click on that button on the screen or head on over to brilliant.org/GeorgiaDow so that you can stay brilliant. Thank you so much to Brilliant, and thank you to you. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So you can let me know your thoughts on Mark's journey with his own hypocrisy in the comments below. And you can let me know what are your favorite scenes from